16-9
Who?
to HAVU.
Oh, okay. You've gone from a risky pick, I would say. A dominating performance. We don't really get too many of those, just you and I casting in general.
That is true.
And even in Counter-Strike, I think nowadays is a lot more of an opportunity, at least within the half, to come back. Basically, the chance to come back with the economy, especially. But here we go. The final map of Blast Rising is going to be Endpoint, starting out on the CT side, looking to get a little bit aggressive onto short. They've peeked into long as well and stacked 3 players on the B side early in this round. The T's, in the meantime, just clearing out any early aggression, looking for any of these players pushing in and already going to be challenging for mid control. Now, they've got the split smokes. The worry, Jason, is they look like they're about to push into the stack.
Well, it comes down to now who can hit their shots, and unfortunately, Thomas hasn't been able to. Mighty Max has been dinked up, and they're eventually going to completely overwhelm this site. Robin's still going to be alive, but I'd imagine he should be falling in a few seconds, and well, the stack didn't really seem to matter too much, unfortunately. And they've even left a player back. It's actually be Dodo on the flank, so when they eventually do make themselves known as they're both at double door, he's going to flank him behind them, and this could be a relatively clean round here coming in for HAVU. Nice little boost up as well, trying to see over the smoke, try to give him a little bit of vision to potentially pull something off. And Dodo's just waiting for his opportunities, waiting for his moment. When they start to make the push, he's going to peek around, and you can just see how cautious they're being about this one. Yeah, Dodo has given his position away. We see the push come in. Out of Surreal trying to pull off the 1v1 against Hoodie. Hoodie just trying to buy time, importantly, and doing it so well as Dodo does get there in the nick of time. And that will be the pistol round done for HAVU.
Yeah, off to an important start. We saw that coming back in that last game probably wouldn't have been much of a possibility if they didn't win that initial pistol. A poor first half, actually, in both maps. They've had to make a comeback every single time. On Dust 2, I think I'd be a little bit more worried if we saw such a dominant scoreline, but have to wait and see. Thus far, lots of damage being done. Mighty Max with a kill and an attempted re-peek. Ooh, okay. Zori already like pulling in some more scout shenanigans and looking to bring this round back already, leaving just one man on each site. A split defense, and Thomas knows that he has to try and get aggressive here. He has to try and fight versus these remaining players. He does manage to get one, but I don't know how much more he can really do with such low HP. 10, in fact. He actually gets another kill. I honestly have no idea how he's still alive at this point, and eventually Zori will just put him down.
I don't know how he like sprays an entire clip and then like still connects with like a good amount of the bullets towards the end of the clip. When I do it, I just miss every single shot. Now that still will be the 2-0 start. Endpoint now just on the USPs, and well, if they couldn't do it with the force up last time, I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it much here. On the other side though, we have what? Zori on a scout, a MAC-10, a Glock for Saw. So he hasn't even invested into anything. Try to save some money for his AK in the next round, I guess. And there's a big stack on the A site here out of Endpoint, which it looks like HAVU might be walking into. However, Hoodie, I was going to say, if he continues to push up with the MAC-10, that could be very dangerous for Endpoint. A lot of money maybe in the hands, as I saw them trying to rotate over towards CT, but there's the smokes going down. Again, Dodo's watching for flanks, and well, Surreal needs to be the first point of contact.
Already connecting the dink, and a few more of those, and they can make this round very costly indeed. However, slowly, already picking up another. Unfortunately, they've dinked 3 separate players, so one of them will eventually fall, but Mighty Max has a bit of a task on his hand, making a lot of noise as he runs through middle. And although they did a fair amount of damage in that round, it's only a single kill. So no real effect on the economy of HAVU. And I'm interested to see how much of a bonus round they actually go for here. They've still got a scout. They've got a MAC-10. There'll be another AK purchased up and still plenty of money going forward into the next round. But this is where Endpoint need to start turning things around. They did it on Train, coming up with a fairly effective CT side half. And already, going to leave Zori relatively low on HP.
Well, they're just being gifted middle here. No one even watching for the cross into this. Dodo just gets straight out. Slowy's there as well, and this might be a big gap in the defense out of Endpoint that HAVU might be able to use against them. You can see Robin, he's going to check, but there's nowhere to expect Dodo this far pushed up. Dodo has just such a big opportunity here to win the round, basically all by himself. Gets the first and the second. They have no idea it's coming, and that's going to do it. Endpoint, they're just have to save the 3 weapons.
Yeah, we've
Dodo's
seen a few rounds like this, haven't we?
He's been so annoying to them.
Yeah.
I swear, he's been lurking, he's been pushing. It's so frustrating. But yeah, as you're saying, I think Vertigo, right, when we saw them penetrate the defense.
Yeah, no, multiple times we saw the Deagle round. I think there was another one with the AK where I think it was both him and Slowy had rounds where they basically managed to get behind the defense and just lead them in really awkward positions. They're trying to actually clean up these remaining weapons. They're losing some players along the way, but there's a high chance they'll be able to deny a purchase coming in for the next round, which basically would allow for a freebie. Now with only Crucial remaining, they want to try and get rid of this AWP hoodie, trying to fight his teammate coming into support, and he does not need that support. A free AWP remains in the corner. They're not actually going to nab it.
Couldn't get it. Molotov, he was scared. I think. That's how it looked on my side. HAVU now at 4-0, and I mean, Dodo is on 7 kills. I mean, if they win, he's coming in for the interview, I'm guessing. So maybe he wants to have something to talk about here. And Deagles have been bought up for Endpoint, but that steam they had, that overwhelming power that they had on Vertigo has seemed to slowly come to a halt, unfortunately. Train was a brutal grind fest for them, and they get so close to pulling out to 2-0. Now they're just fighting to get a first round on the board on Dust 2.
This is already looking far more worrying than either of the previous maps, even with how dominant Endpoint started out in pretty much both. The manner in which HAVU have been able to win these rounds in the last, obviously throwing a lot of players into the win just to make sure that this couldn't be a purchase. Story wanting to try and do the same again. Now, this is completely unnecessary. I think he might have realized it, as there is actually still going to be a stack on to short.
Yeah, don't give them a free M4. Don't give them any free guns now. Get their 5th round. They don't lose a single player in this. Money's starting to stack up. Zori, I don't know how this man just always seems to have like 10K or more. It was on Train, he had it. Seen it again on Dust 2 now. And obviously Endpoint going to go for the buy-up yet again, but I am getting a little bit worried as well, even though I had what I said was like 16-9 prediction for HAVU. I don't want to see the final map of a grand final here for Blast Rising become a slaughter.
Especially after the last 2 being so close, it would be a bit of a disappointment. Didn't see at least some sort of spectacle. Double up setup will be invested into here, but change really needs to come in on the B site, and that's where we do see one of them now remain. I feel like there's been such an easy road into the B site so far for HAVU. It's something you don't normally see in Counter-Strike. Normally short's one of the main point of contentions, which it still is. HAVU is still challenging for that control, but there's been no one facing off against them in middle. The B site suffered because of it. This time there is going to be Mighty Max watching, at least. Just listening for footsteps might be able to try and deny at least a little bit of presence, but ultimately it's going to be a switch up once again. HAVU playing a dynamic T side and leaving the pressure onto Crucial here with this AWP. Oh, he's gone. Just absolutely gone. The pre-fire shots from Slowy are enough to give them the sight, and this now becomes a very difficult retake if they even attempt it, because they've got long control, but they're going to have to retake short. And Hoodie is just waiting for them.
They'll get the 1 kill, but they're still going to lose the round, unfortunately. HAVU going to go up 6-0 now, and if you're Endpoint, I'd say just time out. Again, I know the coach can talk during all this, but just to get a breather, like stop this
combo breaker.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. It's becoming such a one-sided map now, as even Saw's looking to push up to take away the weapons that they're trying to save. I imagine Saw should fall if he does continue to push, trying to get Robin to go for a shot, and Dota might be in for a very unpleasant surprise. There's going to be a player inside tunnel who's going to run directly around the corner. Well, actually, he misses the shot, so he will survive a little bit longer. But either way, they have the op, the AK saved, and I would imagine they're going to force back into this. But HAVU 6-0. It's not even Zori the one to do so much work. It's been basically everyone else. Dodo on 7, Slowy on 6, Hoodie on 6. Saw having a little bit of a slow start at the moment.
Oh, this has been one of the better rounds so far. A 3v3 situation, but still heavily favoring the T side. They've done the majority of damage to the remaining players with weaponry. Of course, Max just looking to save his cash here, is not really wanting to invest too much into a round where they only have 2 weapons. E side still just holding on to long control, maybe expecting some more aggression to come out, and Robin attempting to try and fight versus the man at top mid, but here come those smokes. The cross will be covered. Not really much of a defense here. It looks like they're trying to hold on to it from short and CT. Oh, would have to time this very well, and Surreal's just gone. A few seconds later, might be able to try and go for a cheeky little boost up. It looks like Max might actually just go through the smoke instead, and there's definitely players watching this angle. Zori patiently waiting for anybody to try anything of the sort, and now Robin left. 1v2. Only 22 HP, and well, it's horrible to even think about saving this gun, but with the time ticking away, he's got so much left to do. He'd need an insta-kill onto either one of these players, and it's just not happening. Such clever positioning from the last man of Chloe just to make sure that there was no way he wins that round.
How many times is HAVU just going to get an instant headshot onto an endpoint opper? It was slow before, saw, he just one-clicks him while jumping up to spot him out on short. They get a tag on cross. Surreal's down to 14 HP, and now it's a 7-0 start here for HAVU, and they're really showing no signs of stopping here, Tom. I really need to see, I really want to see, yeah, need to see as well for all the viewers out there, Endpoint start to pick up some rounds. They cannot afford to go out like this after having such a amazing first 2 maps, as you pointed out. They've gone with the double up.
Yeah, it's been their bread and butter. The real worry is the thoughts afterwards of they could have 2-0'd this very easily. In fact, we could have seen them dominate the first map, and Train almost should have been theirs. Again, it was a fantastic fight back from HAVU, but now we need the same from the Brits. Brits with a twist. Again, we're going to have this slow round, but mid control is for free. In fact, there's no one watching it. The only player that can see anything is Robin, who's just shoulder peeking, and will only have an idea once they actually cross and throw their smokes. And by that point, it almost seems like it would be too late. I even threw in a bit of a running boost just to make sure they had short control, maybe expecting some level of aggression to come out from the CT side. In fact, in this round, it's the polar opposite.
Good shot, a crucial. Talk about the bread and butter being the double op setup, and they need to shine now. A smoke off door, so it makes the signal going through to window, and that's gonna be a nice flashbang in. And Hoodie, they run through the smoke, they run through the window, they get themselves the 2 kills, they get the bomb down yet again, and now we're gonna see 8-0 here for HAVU, unless somehow Endpoint can retake this. But I would imagine they don't want to lose this op. They don't lose any of these weapons.
Been, I want to say attempting saves, because a lot of the time they haven't really been saves, but they've been attempting to save weaponry throughout this match so far, and well, a lot of the time HAVU haven't been allowing them. But the bigger issue is definitely mid. Like, I think the problem is, like, we talk about the gambles of Dust 2. That is something that is pretty much the basics on this map. You can't defend everything. There's too many positions to hold. There have to be risks taken. Max will at least hold on to his gun, but they almost seem like they're allowing HAVU to dictate their setup. So whenever it seems like there's been pressure put onto short, they'll have 3 players, 2 watching short, 1 holding long. And then the next round after they lose mid, they send a player to hold on to mid. The problem is, by that point, HAVU have already changed, and, well, this is not going to get any better by the looks of things. An opening pick. Thankfully, Thomas can restore something into this round, but I don't know what map control they've lost at this point. You see the rotation from Crucial to try and keep an eye on short. And actually a little bit more of a proactive stance from Surreal to at least have some information into mid. I think that's been the biggest problem. They just don't know where the T side are going because their aggression has just been a complete failure. And again, already we will see Crucial forced off the angle, looking like the T's are getting ready to make this execution, and so far he has been slaughtered every time. Can the AWPer finally step up to the plate? The first kill will go his way. He's avoided the Molotov, hasn't quite forced him off the angle, but he won't survive for long.
Story again. Big kill out of Thomas in the meantime because they did stop the... Well, I guess the presence he did with the nade on the hoodie stopped the potential flank from coming through. You can see him trying to be very careful about a player coming in behind him. They're all going to be towards the site, and even Hoodie's like even backed away towards a very aggressive defensive short. So far pushed up. And Zori, I mean, that kill he gets on a Crucial, that basically just wins them the round right there, I feel like, because he eliminates the AWPer from the site. It's down to the 2-on-2. It's not over just yet necessarily, but Thomas has already run away, and Mighty Max, well, he's going to look to do so as well. And Zori, I almost want to say he should just die on the bomb, maybe, not try to give him the AWP.
Well, nice shots from Max. Unfortunately, it really doesn't matter. The T side 9-0 up, and well, they've got plenty of cash. Even the loss of the AWP doesn't really hurt them too much, especially if there's not going to be a punish. Because that's the thing, like, these rounds in isolation, like, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But when you win 9 in a row, you have a bank of cash to play with. The double AWP setup will come back into play once again. I don't think Surreal has got a single kill, and unfortunately, as I'm talking, he actually hits a leg shot, so it's not going to get any better. He's almost killed off just seconds later. They've tried to switch things up. They put Max alone on the B side. Maybe this will be the change that works. A kill coming up for the AWPer. A spray through from Robin that does a hell of a lot of damage. But the spray back, maybe even worse. Robin down to just 10 HP. The loss of Surreal as well. We've seen HAVU turn so many of these rounds, and Robin's going to burn the flames, killing him off. The only real worry is this position from Thomas, and he does nothing. It's so quick from Slowy to remove any real pressure in this round. The Molotovs leaving them blind, both players burning within it. Somehow Crucial still connects a shot, but the bomb is now ticking away. They've got Zori set up, and Saw, he's just looking to fight this at this point. They haven't been losing any of these battles, and there's nothing they can do. 10-0, double digits before their opposition even gets around. This might be the most one-sided map of a grand final I've ever seen.
Tom, how do they win that round? They had so many players towards the A site. They try to go for a cheeky boost up, which I can respect. Oh my god, and Zori hits the cross. Don't tell me he's gonna get a second tag. They keep challenging him. I mean, I obviously can tell it's just, you know, deagles and stuff, but Zori, they're just feeding this monster kill after kill. 11-0 potentially on the cards now as Thomas is going to get one back. This is just getting disgusting. It's actually not even getting disgusting. It's been disgusting.
Looking like they're trying to fulfill the true written storyline of they give you hope and then it all goes wrong at the end. Max at least brings things back a little bit, but lost another teammate in return, and there's still so much time to play with Thomas looking like the pressure will be put onto him, and with a scout and 14 HP, he's going to need to try and pull off a miracle. Also going to realize exactly where he is. The spam through does a little bit of damage, but not enough to really write home about. And now Max, he's got an AK, no armor, 3 players to find. It's not something you'd normally go for, but in this situation, I don't think it matters.
I almost want to... I think I'm reading into it too much, to be honest, but like their deagle peeks in towards middle. I mean, I guess they did have a scout there as well, but it almost felt like frustration out of them to just go for that kind of shot. I mean, a deagle from that range against an op. Not even just an op. Zori's op. Either way, looks like they're going for a quick short play, or at least Dota might be doing just that. It's going to be crucial there to defend the side, and Crucial will hit the shot, a much needed shot as well to alleviate the bleeding that's been happening here for Endpoint. I know this is T-sided map, but I don't think it's this T-sided of a map. And they're still looking to hit towards A. At least Endpoint have 3 players towards long to defend with.
Still an after plant position, and finally we're going to see something going right. It's Crucial's AWP. Zori still, though, so many clutches from this exact position. A wide angle, nobody pushing from short, and the defender's in a good spot to make sure that nothing he can really do. Smoke going to be going down. Zori already gets his first of the round. Looks to try and clear him out, and Crucial still going strong. It looks like he's brought his team home the first round. It won't be a 16-0. Endpoint are at least going to get onto the board.
Well, it's been a tough slog, a tough battle for them. And it's still going to be just as tough as before, considering HAVU are going to have a lot of money to still spend. Been eaten away at, though, in the last few rounds. Zori's down to just 1K. Again, hits the cross. Getting really scared for Surreal there. I thought he almost saw his foot as he was trying to go for the counter shot. The pace is definitely slowed down from that last round. I guess that was like a test out of HAVU of can you stop our rushes? Can you stop, you know, Dodo from rushing straight into the A side? And finally, Endpoint have been able to do that. The pace has definitely been controlled a little bit more. But the round's not done.
Endpoint can at least win the last few. There may be a lifeline still for them. We've already witnessed plenty of comebacks. They themselves have had dominant halves, and we know that momentum on the T side could easily be built. Damn, we've just seen 11 rounds in a row. I think that's almost evident of it. Needs to start now, though. They've gambled on this being more of a B play, as they've sent 2 players firmly into the site, but also Surreal try and keep an eye on middle. But now it looks like they're spot on. And with aggressive positions and Long and Crucial holding the cross, they can pretty much stay safe in the knowledge that it is going to be a push in this direction. The Molotovs, though, actually going to deny them, at least for the moment. It is just going to be the majority pushing in through middle, and Surreal misses a crucial shot. 20 seconds left to get into this site for HAVU. Sword, I don't even know at this point. Straight through the smoke, kills one off, but Thomas might be the surprise. He drops one, the second as well. The bomb has to be planted, and, well, it will go down as third player does enough, and Hoodie makes sure this round is won. 12-1, game looking over, and Endpoint don't even really have a proper buy.
I saw? What shot was that through the smoke? That was ridiculous. No proper buy, as you said before, for Endpoint. Just 2 MP9s. At least they had the double ops. But, I mean, you kind of have to ask yourself, what has the double ops really netted them so far? It's only been 1 round, and I know you said before it's kind of their bread and butter, but this has just been rough. This is a whole different level of a beatdown than what we're really seen. I mean, we did have a 16-3 yesterday on Dust 2. I think that was HAVU up against Alternate, so they're just kind of repeating the same kind of form, I guess.
Haven't seen them challenge into long for quite a while. Robin is at least good position, but gets more than one. I'll be surprised. They don't even check the angle. The flashbang's so good that Hoodie can have a little bit of a waltz forward, have a walk through the park, and then his teammates will do the work. Super crucial. Being pressured. How does he even get a kill there? Completely surrounded, and the T's have utilized that moment to gain complete control. Looking like they might even have to back out of this round, and considering the scoreline, it's pointless. Going to allow your opponent to hit 13 in the first half, and, well, the best hope for Endpoint is 2.
I mean, then you lose Pistol. I mean, if they can't get the second round, then if they lose Pistol, that's almost like game done. If they don't get the second round, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys at home can do your math from there. Such rough times here for
But they
Endpoint.
can
And
still win.
I mean, yeah, they can still win. I'm not denying that, but
That's what you're saying. There's a chance, Jason.
there's still a chance. But it's just been.
So I should keep the flag out, right? Keep the flag.
You should never put it
Or
away.
should I put it in the wardrobe?
I mean, you should. I mean, you shouldn't have a flag. You should have a UK.
If we
suit.
just cut back and my face is painted.
I mean, I have an American flag suit in my closet, but unfortunately, there's no Americans here playing.
No.
Another round and another initial kill here for HAVU. Zori, but let's be honest, he just has been playing out of his mind this whole series. Even Vertigo so close, he had so many great plays on that map. Train was his playground. And here, I mean, it feels like every time he goes for the cross on a shot, he hits it.
I want you to know I pulled out a £10 note and started just looking at the face of the queen, and it's started to bring a tear to my eye.
I'm pretty sure the queen might have a tear in her eye right now as well.
No, she's definitely watching. Hello, Liz.
I mean, you and her are cool like that, so you can call her by her first name, right?
Everybody in Britain knows her on a first name basis. She comes around for tea quite regularly. But yeah, this is we divulge, we digress. We're still looking to see what can be done. Crucial. He's starting to get more aggressive as the rounds go by, as will Thomas, and this time it works out. Knows that there's no one coming back towards long. Robin, the lone Swede, looking to try and fight back the Finns. They've managed to get a bomb plant again, and they've just been so clinical. Leaving Saw as the lurker. They expect it, but that doesn't mean they can do anything about it. Robin looking to hunt him down and will succeed, but now he's all that's left. A 14-1 on the cards as they look to face against him, and maybe that will be their undoing. Oh, maybe not.
You know, Tom, when I said 16-9, I was like, wow, Jason, that's a little bit BM. You're kind of not giving Endpoint maybe the rounds that they deserve considering the first two maps, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I thought it was going to be much closer than this, and now Endpoint, well, you got to win out pretty much, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking if it continues like this, Finland might have to change their national anthem from Easy for Ents to something to do with HAVU. Not Hard for HAVU. That can be the new national anthem.
Hot for HAVU.
Hot for that? No, I prefer mine. There's going to be the smoke execute onto A. There's only one defender, but it looks like a setup for the retake. We will just have Zori attempting to watch from short, keep that control in their favor. Definitely not been a star needed for HAVU. They've been dominant. The whole team has been performing, but this time Robin is waiting. So many players, they're going to peek in his direction, but he gets two, not quite the third, but he's at least held them back. This pistol looking likely. As Slowy now in a 1 versus 4 situation. That first shot was dirty. Looks for a little bit more. I wouldn't even face him at this point with how he's been playing so far in this match. 16, 17 kills. Doesn't know where the last man is and hasn't retrieved the kit, so chances of winning are slim, but he's still going to put some fear into the hearts of the side of Endpoint. Still gets himself a 3K. Means he can buy maybe a little bit more in this round.
So, Tom, bear with me here. We had two 11-4 halves on Vertigo and went to overtime. We had a 10-5 on Train first half that turned out to be 11-4 in the second half. What are the chances Endpoint can pull off 14 rounds on the T side and we still get either a victory in overtime for them?
I would say less than 1%.
Well,
Probably
hopefully
optimistic.
Endpoint can channel their inner Jeff Bezos.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. This round's already not looking particularly good. The Endpoint Twitter's also having a little bit of fun, like naming what should we rename ourselves, and got some lovely suggestions from the chat.
Gosh, just asking for bad tweets.
Yeah, it is a Crash Point, Choke Point, Exit Point, and Botto Point. Not exactly the most imaginative names, I'll be honest. I think you guys can do better. Here we go. We'll see if they can at least get themselves a lifeline. It's still coming far too close for comfort, but 2 trades back. At least make this round look much more likely. The wraparound coming in from short, they've got to be fairly careful. The smokes have actually shrouded the vision. Nice shot coming out again from Slowy, and Hoodie's found another. The spam through the smoke. If this lands, I think I'll cry. And he actually hits it, though! Robin's onto just 10 HP. Hoodie looking to just close out that final shot. He hits the headshot anyway, so let's just ignore the fact that Jumping Scout was hit because it didn't matter. Nonetheless, the pistol doesn't matter either, I guess, because it's now going to be 15-2. Just 1 round needed of the next 13. Not the hardest maths I've ever had to do in my life. More importantly, HAVU have come into this with saving 2 extra AKs as well.
Well, you did say you cry if he hits the shot, so let's get those waterworks going for you, Tom.
He didn't get a kill. Doesn't count.
You didn't say that. You said if he hits the shot. Speaking of hitting shots, Thomas is going to get a, I believe, double tag. He hits Dodo and Saw, but Saw gets hit by 2 players. Nade comes through, though, directly in towards middle, and HAVU now, well, 5 kills away here from closing out Blast Rising. Dodo did say earlier they lost focus in week 2, but that's because they pretty much knew they were already qualified through. And when it came into playoff times, the focus would definitely be back. Again, the nade comes through. Mighty Max can't get a break. Now HAVU with the man advantage. Though they've pretty much left B almost completely open as those reinforcing Saw towards middle.
This is one of the only ways things could actually work out. Still, Dodo gonna get 1 on the entry. They need to try and clear this man from middle, though. There's a chance that Surreal could make things a little bit awkward for them, and that's exactly what he plans to do with Thomas chiming in to support him. This round is looking a lot better for Endpoint. While Saw doesn't look like he's in with a chance. Probably just going to try and save himself an AK and at least have something to fight with in the next round. Or maybe he's going to try and win it. It looked like there was some hesitation there for a second, but seems like he will just fade away.
All right, so Endpoint aren't done just yet. 3rd round going to go on the board, and basically off the back of, I guess, Crucial and Thomas, because Crucial gets the first kill on the guy in double doors. And Thomas picks up an AK and gets himself 2 kills. Very crucial kills as well, since they snuck through in towards tunnels behind them. But can they keep this momentum going? They've got 12 rounds in a row to go. And I feel like I'm going to keep reminding people at home about that. Because Endpoint like to get that number down to, well, obviously 0.
Fantastic.
They
want to get to the end point.
That's true. Well, that's not a good thing, though, because the end point technically is them losing 1 round as well.
Depends what sort of person you are, you know. I'm clearly an optimist with my less than 1%.
Well, here we go. Again, the 4-step out of HAVU. Just what do you do? Double scouts. Damage has already been done. They have an AK on Saw, as you mentioned before, and he's looking to hold towards long. He's going to have to retreat away, but he's not able to do so. Zora gets a headshot with the scout. Don't tell me they're going to do this just with the scouts alone.
I think he should get caught by the push through the smoke.
Oh my god!
What is going on? Thankfully, they've killed off Zori, and this will allow them somewhat to cross. There is still going to be a bit of a gap. If he hits something here, then I think he really needs to have his mouse checked, because this is starting to get a bit ridiculous from these 2 players. Chloe's had an incredible dust too, though. 22 kills. Hell of a lot of damage, and now they're looking to try and close this on what was a force by not allowing them any chance. Dodo has already left it onto just Robin. 1 Swede versus them all as he tries his best to hold on to this one. Peeking in from long. It's going to be Dotto tapping away, allowing some push to come in, and it is over, Jason. One of the most dominant maps I've ever seen in a grand final. It will be HAVU taking themselves the victory. The Endpoint guys are out of here, and hopefully in just a moment we're going to get one of the remaining guys in here for an interview.
Well, Tom, you said my 16-9 was very one-sided, and you didn't think it'd be that close, but